Hey guys, it's Christine with PrettySpirits.com. I was inspired to do a reading today, and this came through because of a session that I was in last night with a client who kept asking, what is it that's blocking me from their particular goal? What is it that is blocking me? Why do I keep running into the same pattern? What do I need to release? And I felt the vulnerability really pouring out of them because it is frustrating. It's extremely frustrating when you feel I've done so much, I've given so much, so why am I not getting the results that I deserve? Why am I not getting the results that I feel I have worked towards? Why aren't they showing up? I did this session, and afterwards it was really something I wanted to give to you guys. I wanted to tap into the energy and answer for you what's holding you back. What is that mindset, that idea, that limiting belief that's causing the same pattern of events that you don't really want to take place? I'm going to pull three groups today from the third edition Truth Deck. I love, love, love this deck. It's really made with you in mind. It's really made to be as honest, but compassionate, but direct as possible. So there isn't confusion after you do a reading for yourself or for clients of your own. So let's dive into the energy today and see what messages come through. Before we do, if you've read with me before in these collective sessions, you know that I ask for you to ground yourself, to take some deep breaths in and release out. And really do that a few times so that you can be as open as possible. It doesn't matter what truth is being given to you if you are not in a place of receiving it. If you're too stressed, too frazzled, if your mind is too scattered, you're not going to hear me. You're not going to hear what's coming through. So I want you to be in a place of openness. So take some deep breaths in and breathe out again. And we'll do three groups as we've done before. And you can resonate with one group. You can ask your intuition, which message is for me. And you can state for yourself, I resonate with group 2 or group 3. Or you can be a bit more daring and say, all of these messages here are for me today. And I'm here to receive anything and everything that comes through from this third edition Truth Deck. I have my crystals here today because I was working with them this morning. Lighting a candle for clarity. Let's get into messages for group 1. Minor progress is still movement. Minor progress is still movement. So to the perfectionists in group number 1, to those who put so much pressure on themselves to make it happen all right now, to align with the most ideal outcome, whether it's an idea that you hold, maybe it's an idea that your family has had for you, maybe a partner is pushing you to produce more results in the way that they see fit. All of that pressure is blocking you. All of that, it's like a heavy energy that you're putting on yourself, and you're not seeing your wins. You're not giving space to celebrate the victory that has already happened. When you do things like this, you really slow up everything. You slow up the whole story from really giving you that contentment that you're seeking, because it's as if you are telling yourself you're not enough, you haven't done enough, it's never good enough. You're not noticing that, hey, I have accomplished, I have pulled things together in a way that gives me improvement, which is still power. Improvement is power. Yes, it's not the finish line. Yes, it's not the final product, but it's improvement. That means there's growth there. Those minor signs of progress, you need to celebrate them. You need to give yourself time to sit in that feeling of, okay, I am on my way. I am making progress because I'm not as irritable as I normally can be in the mornings. I know I'm not a morning person, but I'm making progress because I'm a bit more patient in the morning. And maybe your ideal is to be that morning person, that person that can wake up at 5, 6 a.m. and conquer your day. But little by little, you're becoming less irritated with the morning. That's good. That's progress. Maybe you're someone who wants to get better at saving and you don't see in your savings account the thousands that you may want ideally. But if you're not following that nudge to order Uber Eats, if you have remained outside of the mall so you don't even tempt yourself, that is minor progress. Those changes will build over time and they will give you huge, lasting results. Any skyscraper that you see is built section by section, foundation first, piece by piece. All the walls aren't thrown up on the same day. Every floor isn't perfect immediately. There's the blueprint and there's the progress that happens over months or years to give you that ideal, beautiful, wow type of outcome. So please, group number one, remember that minor progress is still movement in whatever way that is. If that's in relationships, becoming less toxic and more healed between a daughter and a mother or a husband and a wife, minor wins where you're more patient with that person and you don't normally get as agitated with that thing that used to trigger you. Maybe that is the progress that you need to celebrate so that down the line, when you guys are in a real loving space, when things are completely different, you can look back and see all the little things that led there. Give yourself a pat on the back for the minor progress. Group number two, let's see what you need to understand. What's blocking you from understanding the wins that are happening in your life or the success? Ooh, that jumped out. The success that's headed your way. Uncover the truth. Uncover the truth. So what I love about this card is so many people don't even realize how they're remaining separate from the truth by choice. And that could be something is making you worried or fearful. So it could be as simple as, I don't want to try to apply for a new job because I don't feel that my education will beget me the salary that I really desire. I'm too afraid. Well, you have to see the truth of that. And the truth of that is you're holding yourself back. So you can't blame the world around you. You can't blame, money being evil if you aren't doing the vulnerable thing and putting yourself out there to get to that next level within your life. Uncovering the truth is saying, this is time to ask those deeper questions. This is time to face that discomfort and face those limiting beliefs so that you can really grow, or so that you can have a totally different outcome in front of you. But if you are so insistent on remaining in denial or ignoring the truth, maybe there's some red flags in your relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a friendship that you have outgrown, but you don't want to let it go. You don't want to let it go because it's familiar to you. Maybe you've grown up with that person. They've had your back in so many other ways, but there could be something there that's holding you back from aligning with the next stage of your life. It's time to uncover the truth. It's time to really sit with that weird inkling, that sensation that says something's off. This isn't right anymore. Allow the truth to come to the surface. Don't keep suppressing it, because if you keep suppressing it, the change that you have been asking for, the results that you've been asking for, in whatever way that is, it's not going to come through in the way that you're ultimately seeking. Uncovering the truth is about saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever needs to be shown to me so that I can make different choices ahead. Because if you want your life to be different, You have to do things differently than you've been doing them. You cannot continue down the same path, doing things in the same way and expect this different reality or the house that you've been wanting to buy. Well, maybe the truth there is you haven't been properly planning to save up for that house. If it's about situation where you're not feeling comfortable around others, maybe there's some deeper work around self-esteem that needs to be unlocked. Instead of you feeling they're the problem, they're making me uncomfortable, there's something wrong with that group of people, maybe it's time to uncover the truth that there's a judgmental story underneath about yourself, and that makes you project it out towards others. It's time to sit with the truth instead of creating delusional tales of what's actually happening. Dig deeper, ask more questions, stop ignoring the signs. Because if you do that, that's fine, that's free will. But don't be frustrated that things aren't changing in your reality. So group 2, uncover the truth. A message is trying to come forward for you during this time, and it's knocking at your door and you're not answering it. And so Spirit has sent you to this video so you understand when you chose group number 2 that it's time for you to let it in. Let the truth in. All right. Group number 3, let's see what messages come through for you from this 3rd edition Truth Deck. What messages come through for group number 3? More gratitude, less complaining. Yes, I want this card for all of us here today. More gratitude, less complaining. It's very, very, very easy to be in a state of noticing what is off. What's off, how there's not enough of this, how this isn't working out, how the world around you is frustrating you. If you can pause and set up your day in a different way, where instead of getting up out the bed, going towards your phone, and then being upset about whatever it is that you see, or complaining about your kids, about your husband, whatever, your wife, instead of being in that negative energy, I want you to wake up, clear your mind, lay there for a second. If you have to get up a little bit earlier, so be it. It's worth it. It's worth it long term if you set your day up in a state of gratitude, even for 5 minutes, and you start to list what you are grateful for in your reality. It's something that's so small, but so many of us don't even do it. We want to take from the universe. We want to take from God. We want to be in this place of give me, give me, give me. But we don't want to constantly show up and say thank you. I mean, how would you feel if you were in a friendship and they were always complaining about you, about the world around them, how things are not right, how they're just irritated, they're bothered? You would not want to be around them for too long, because eventually that just becomes a draining environment. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't move the both of you forward. It keeps you both in a place of noticing scarcity. It's time to be in a gracious mindset, a grateful mindset. So I want to say instead, you know what? That thing didn't happen as I saw it going, as I wanted it to happen, but I'm grateful for this lesson. I'm grateful that I know I can pivot at any time and still create a happy ending. I'm grateful for this flexibility muscle I'm growing through this adversity, because now I know I can handle anything. But if you have that easy life all the time and you're always complaining and wanting things to be perfect at every moment, how are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to become the best version of yourself if you are not sharpened? So be grateful. Be grateful for it all. Be grateful for the delay in your romantic partner coming, because maybe this version of yourself still needs some tweaking, so that if that partner comes into your life, you still know how to set boundaries. You still know how to speak up for yourself. You still know how to choose you first. But if you don't learn those things now when your love partner is brought in right now, Maybe you'll lose yourself in that love. And maybe you'll become clingy or obsessive or fear-based, and that love could end sooner than you would desire. So there's a reason behind it all. So be grateful for it. There's a reason behind it all. There's intentional energy behind it all. There are no mistakes in the universe. So be grateful for it. Be grateful for how everything is unlocking for you, how the doors are opening for you behind the scenes. It's all laying in harmony for you. But the more that you're grateful, it's like, again, just like a person, the more that you praise a person, you praise a toddler, a baby, that smile comes through. It feels like the love comes forward faster versus you condemning them. So remember that when you're in the world around you, speak to it like a baby, speak to it like a toddler, speak to it like you would want someone to speak to you. Be grateful for every sunshine moment, every walk in nature, every silent moment in the shower where your kids are occupied and you have a moment to yourself. Be grateful for all of the food that you get to eat. Be grateful for the small things. Be grateful for the big wins, for the contract that comes through, for the raise, for the marriage. You just took your vows. It's a beautiful thing. You're on your honeymoon. Be grateful. Be grateful for it all, the big and the small. Less complaining. You're human, so it's natural that you're going to want to vent every now and then. But let's just try to put parameters around that so it doesn't leak into you becoming a person that's hard to be around. Some of you are hard to be around. You're hard to be around because you're constantly noticing what's off. And right now, we're extra sensitive as a people. We're really sensitive to the energy around us, to the people around us. So be uplifting in your nature. Find a journal, spit it out there. Find a vlog moment, record yourself, but then be in a state of gratitude. After you have expressed yourself, your discomfort, get back to a state of gratitude so that you can really, really enjoy what life is trying to bring your way. These are your messages for the day. Again, I pulled from the 3rd edition Truth Deck. If you are curious about the other cards that are here, visit our website, prettyspirits.com. If you want to schedule a personalized session with me, you can visit prettyspirits.com, select services, and choose Christine. I offer DM readings, YouTube private video readings where you can have your session delivered to you in your inbox and watch it whenever you get a moment. I also do FaceTime, text, WhatsApp, whichever way you decide to receive your wisdom, I am here to give it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's Pretty Spirits Co. I look forward to reading for you again. Have a great one.